and welcome to our next episode of Eagle Eye on Ringtown, St. John's Lutheran Church interview program, where we bring in people from the community to help share some information with us about community events and happenings, people who are making a positive impact on Ringtown and the Valley. So tonight we're happy to have Chuck Faust, who is the Scoutmaster of the Ringtown Boy Scout program, and he's going to be here to answer some questions and share with us some information about our troop here in Ringtown, starting with the youngsters and moving all the way up through. So to get started with, can you please just tell us your position and what that entails in the Boy Scout program?
Well, I'm Charles Faust, as you know. I am Scoutmaster for Troop 731 here in Ringtown, and that entitles supervising the boys ages 11 to 18, guiding them through the program, making sure they're safe, making sure they don't do anything stupid, making sure their leaders don't do anything stupid. So that's that's the abridged version.
Okay, and that's perfectly fine. And this, I will say, has been a family thing because your dad was heavily involved in scouting as well.
Yes, he was.
And the community greatly appreciated his efforts in making the Boy Scout troop here a really fine institution. So you're continuing on the mantle from that. So thank you for your participation in scouting.
Thank you.
Now, where and when are meetings held? And if you could start with the youngsters and move on up.
Right now, as it stands, the youngsters, the Cub Scouts, are meeting on, I think Mondays. They're going back to Mondays because we just had a meeting. They're going back to Monday nights, I believe 6:30 to 8. They're kind of flexible right now because we need more Cub Scouts.
Okay. And what age group would that be?
Cub Scouts are ages 5 through 10.
Okay.
So kindergarten through 5th grade.
And that would be just regular Cub Scouts and Weeblos?
Yes, the Cub Scouts and Weeblos combined.
Prior to becoming a Boy Scout. Right. Okay. And the Boy Scouts meet?
Well, we meet 7 o'clock to 8:30 every Monday night. In the summers, we have use of a private campground, so we'll meet there. Right now, between September and the end of October, we'll be meeting at the Union Township building at the barn, working on our haunted house fundraiser. And then after that, we'll be meeting here at the church until the weather gets nice again.
Okay. So, and where do the youngsters meet? The Cub Scouts?
They'll be meeting here
at the church. Okay. Great. So tell us then about scouting, starting with the younger kids. What activities the scouting entail? What kind of things do you hope youngsters gain out of scouting? What are some of the fun things that young people get to do when they're part of Scout? He's laughing already. Got to be good.
Yeah. The younger ones, I'm trying to think, they just reorganized it, so I'm trying to think of names. The Lion Scout, the new one that just started, and the Cub Scouts all the way up just before Weeblos do a lot of learning. You're learning crafts, you're learning how to use a pocket knife, how to use, I can't think of it, how to tie knots. They do a lot of introductions to the fire companies and police officers, and a lot of hands-on stuff.
So
go ahead.
Some skill building.
Some skill building.
And some connections with community organizations and things like that to make them more aware of what's going on. Okay, great.
They love to do their Pinewood Derby. That's once a year. They get to sit down and make their little cars. And they have a blast running down the creek track. And then they get to take them to the district meet, which is usually about a month after ours. And then if they're good enough, they get to go on to the council-wide one.
Okay, very good. And then Weeblos.
Weeblos. They get a little bit more intense than the Cub Scouts. They get more hands-on with pocket knives. They get more in-depth into the skills. They start camping more. They start getting outside more, do more trips, more overnights. And basically a level up from what Cub Scouts is as far as knowledge.
Do Cubs actually go camping?
Yes, they can.
They do. Okay.
Yes.
So
it's limited on what they can do when camping, but they can go camping.
okay, great. And so both of these levels, they are earning badges
Yes.
and things like that along the way to display on their uniforms and prepare them and build them up to reaching the level where they can then enter Boy Scouts.
Yes,
Correct. Okay, so then Boy Scouts.
Yeah, that's mine.
Your bailiwick.
Right. Boy Scouts, we have a lot of fun. We do a week-long camp every year. We try to do a big trip every year. Lately we did Gettysburg, which is about 32 miles worth of hiking. We do that in 3 days. We did 15 miles on the Appalachian Trail, which doesn't sound a lot, but it was. If you ever hike the Pennsylvania, oof,
Hills.
most horrible section of the Appalachian Trail is in Pennsylvania.
Okay. Most rugged.
Right, most rugged. There you go. You got to become a mountain goat. We went to the USS Yorktown down in South Carolina. We did the USS New Jersey.
So these are naval ships.
Yes. Just recently, I wasn't able to go, but we went out to Lincoln Caverns and the Flight 93 Memorial and got private tours of everything. The kids really enjoyed it. What do you think? I'm trying to think of the 30,000 other. We do a winter games thing every year.
Isn't there like a winter water event that you do every year?
Yes. the plunge. We go down, and some of us go down, me being the crazy one. I go down and jump into the lake down in Hawk Mountain on January 1st.
Along with some of the scouts and other leaders and whoever else wants to volunteer to jump in the cold water at the beginning of the year. Okay.
Yeah, we get about 50 to 60 people crazy enough to go down and jump in. They usually have a costume contest too, so you can wear a costume down and jump in. Okay. Nothing like seeing a group of penguins.
Penguins with beards and stuff.
Right.
Okay, good. Now, at a regular meeting, what would take place?
At a regular meeting, we start off with our normal opening and closing and Pledge of Allegiance and stuff like that. But then we go to skill building and knot tying and first aid. We try to concentrate on first aid. It is, how do we say it? It's a skill that you need to know and you hope to never use. Then we concentrate on books, on rank advancements. Now, the skills have a lot to do with rank advancements, but they're not everything. Okay. We go into, right now they're doing a big push for cyber safety. Guarding yourself against online predators, stuff like that, and cyberbullying. They're big anti that right now. So they're doing a lot of training and pushing towards that. Some of it does get boring, but a lot of it is a lot of fun.
Okay. And it sounds to me like a lot of these skills are useful now at the age range where the youth are, but also lifelong skills that young people can carry with them for the rest of their lives.
Yes, absolutely. The stuff that you learn here, I mean, I use it on my daily life, which, you know, obviously. But a lot of people, I get a lot of testimonials from people over the years who go, you know, when I was in Scouts, I never thought I'd have to know that. But that saved my hide one day at work, or that saved a friend, or that
bailed somebody out.
Bailed somebody out of something. And it's nice to hear that.
Sure. And you do the week-long camp, right? And at that camp, you also do skill building and other activities and stuff. Can you explain a little bit about what happens at camp?
All right, at camp they can sign up for merit badges. We'll consider them classes. They go to their class just like they would for school throughout the week, and at the end, the merit badges are different skills. Some of them are bookie badges. We call them bookie badges because they're a lot of learning, like citizenship in the world and the community, where you learn about stuff that you're in. You learn about how, like, Robert's Rules works and stuff going on in your community.
You're reading about this stuff.
Right. You're looking in newspapers, you're doing stuff like that. And then you have stuff like geocaching, where you go out and you find geocaches, you hide them. You have to go and hide them in a public place for other people too, and upload them to the website. And there are hundreds of merit badges at this point. I think there's 130, 140. All different skills, from horseback riding to automotive repair to farm equipment.
And you still have the old faithfuls like archery.
Yep, and the old faithful, yeah, archery, rifle shooting, shotgun shooting.
Cool. So when they go to camp, then they go as a group?
Yes.
But then they split off into their different classes and then come back and you enjoy the evenings together, I'm sure, and tell stories, and they'll do the whole campfire.
Eat. We're really good at eating.
All right. So it sounds like a lot of fun. How can a young person sign up to be a part of this?
Well, Cub Scouts right now, there's going to be a sign-up night this Monday here in the church basement. I believe it's 6:30.
That's the 20th. Monday,
Yes, September 20th. September 20th. I forgot the date. Thank you. 6:30 to 7:30.
Okay.
For older boys and Cub Scouts, find me. I'm here once October is over. I will be here in the basement from 7 to 8:30 every Monday. If not, you can find us on Facebook, Friends of Troop 731. I'm on there. Shoot me a message. I can get you my phone number. That's not a problem. There's hundreds of ways to get a hold of me. We'll get an application in your hand. It's not extremely cheap anymore like it used to be, but we do work. The council, our committee here works great with people, especially affording the program.
Okay. So is there anything that we missed that we need to cover to help youngsters out there or their parents to understand a little bit more about what scouting is, should they be interested in it?
The only thing that I can say is, over the years, I've seen parents bring their kids and have certain problems, like Tyler's too quiet or Jimmy's too rambunctious, and working with them and finding out what causes that and moving them and sometimes pushing them. I mean, when I was their age, I could not sit here and do this. It wouldn't happen. So I grew and overcame stuff with help of my scoutmasters and my dad as scoutmaster over the years, and I've seen the same thing happen to kids. They need that social interaction, but they also need it in a different setting other than school.
So there's growth and maturity that takes place as the young people interact and as the adults interact with the young people, and then doing things like jumping in a cold lake in the middle of winter, going camping. You learn to be a little bit more self-sufficient and maybe explore things a little bit more. So all of that kind of combines to develop the young people as they grow.
Exactly.
Okay. Another question, in terms of joining, say you have a young person who's like 13 years old and wants to join. They don't have to go through the whole Cub Scout process. They
start right with me.
And I think the last thing that I wanted to touch on before we go back over some of the information again is your program here over the year. I've been here 26 years. We are the sponsor of your troop.
Yes.
So we've had information. I've gone to a lot of banquets and stuff. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that has impressed me greatly about the troop here is the number of Eagle Scouts that you produce.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about that? What's involved in becoming an Eagle Scout, and just how proud you are of all the Eagles who have become Eagles through this troop?
Hey, wow, where to begin? All right.
That is a big question.
The trail of the Eagle is a difficult one. It starts out at different ranks. You have different ranks in scouting. Your first rank would be Scout, First Class, Second Class, Star of Life, and an Eagle. Each rank has its own set of requirements, ranging from earning different merit badges to learning different skills to participating in stuff in school. Up to, there's even a recruitment one. Hey, ask somebody to join scouting. It's actually an easy one. All you do is say, hey, would you like to join? They don't have to join everyone. No, you just have to say, hey, come here. Once you work your way up through, there are time, not limits, there are minimum time requirements for some of the stuff. I can't say a time limit. Your time limit is until you turn 18. As As you work yourself up, then you get to Eagle. Eagle is a completely different set of requirements. You already proved your skills, you already proved you can do merit badges, you already did all this. Now it takes it a step farther into leadership. You do a project to which you're basically the foreman. You run this project, you get the volunteers, you do all the planning, all the pricing. They want you to write everything up just like you're a foreman on a job trying to complete something, like doing an estimate on somebody's house or, putting in a sidewalk, same thing. And then, willing, everything works out good, the paperwork's approved, you become an Eagle Scout, which is one heck of a high honor. I'm proud to be an Eagle Scout. I put that far over all my other trainings and certifications. And all the boys that we had come through this unit who are Eagle Scouts, every one of them deserved it. It's humbling to see them step up and go through that and come back a few years later and say, I'm glad I did that. I will never forget doing that. Remember that time? Yeah.
And I'm sure that as a leader in helping them get to that point, you're proud of the people they become.
Exactly. Yes. I wouldn't change any of them.
Well, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. If you can share once again how young people can become involved in scouting, or how parents can contact you on your Facebook page if they have any more questions, please share that information.
Yes, no problem. Like I said, there's a sign-up night, September 20th, this Monday, 6:30 to 7 here in the basement. Stop by, especially for Cub Scouts. There's a big Cub Scout recruitment that we need in this area, definitely. If not, if you're unable to attend, that's all right. Find us on Friends of Troop 731 on Facebook. It's an open group. There, we can set you in contact with me. We can set you in contact with the Fritzes who are in charge of the Cub Scout program currently. We can get you phone numbers, answer any questions you could possibly have. If I don't know the answer, I just call down to the council office and they'll give me the answer.
So your Facebook page once again.
Friends of Troop 731.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for being part of our Eagle Eye. We really do appreciate your being with us this evening and sharing information with our community about the wonderful Boy Scout program we do have here in Ringtown. We are very lucky to have it. So hopefully you will appreciate Chuck and the other leaders, because you don't do it by yourself. There are plenty of other leaders.
I could never pull it off by myself, never.
And all the other young men and young people who are part of the scouting program. It really is an asset to our community. So thank you once again. And we will be back with another Eagle Eye on Ringtown sometime in the near future. But thank you for joining in and watching this one. Have a good day.